Well, hello, you who are beloved by God. My name is Jonathan McCleary. I'm the pastor at Bay United Methodist Church, and I welcome you to this midweek meditation. My daughter Rachel, yes, that's Dr. Rachel, if you don't know that yet, spent the school year 2010 to 2011 studying archaeology in Greece. Her father, who loves her very much, by the way, could not fathom going the entire year without seeing his precious daughter. So when she had a break between semesters, I decided I should go visit her in Greece. In her first semester there, her class went all over Greece, exploring archaeological sites, gaining access to places most tourists don't get to see. So when I came to visit, she had a good grasp of places I would like to see. Being a pastor, we decided to focus on biblical sites, those mentioned in the book of Acts. So we went to Athens, Corinth, Philippi, Thessalonica, Berea, and a few other non-biblical sites as well. Now, let me tell you about Corinth a little bit. Paul and his companions spent a great deal of time there, building up the fledgling church, teaching them, helping them with their issues, making them stronger. But in all of my studies about Corinth and its people, I had never heard of a large mountain just outside the city called Acrocorinth. As you may know, Corinth sits in a strategic place on the narrow isthmus that separates the Peloponnnesia from the rest of Greece. But what made it even more strategic is the presence of this mountain rising 1,800 feet above the plains below. This mountain was fortified, of course, making Corinth not only strategic but defensible as well. And my daughter, with her 20-something legs, decided Dad, with his 50-something legs, should climb to the top of Acrocorinth to see the view. No one should make the mistake of me being a mountain climber of any sort. Thankfully, we were able to drive partway up the mountain, but the remaining 1,200 feet or so was the challenge before my endurance and my willpower to conquer. It was the equivalent of 120 flights of stairs. But there were no stairs, only an uneven rocky path through the ruins leading ever higher. Yes, I got winded many times. Yes, I needed to stop along the way. Were there times I wanted to go back? Oh, yes, indeed. But my daughter encouraged me, telling me that the view was worth it. And that's something I had to take her word for, having never been there myself. Well, what does this have to do with us today? At times, the path of faithfulness becomes very steep. Walking in faith sometimes requires more effort and more sacrifice than we are prepared to give. There have been many, of course, who have given up their faith along the way because the effort to follow was too much. Others have rejected even before the first step, knowing that their priorities lay elsewhere. But those who are faithful continue on. But that does not mean they do it alone. Blessed are the followers who have others to encourage them when the path becomes hard. You are blessed when you have someone to assure you that you can make it and that it's worth the effort. Encouragement means borrowing the faith of others when your faith becomes weak. Leaning on their faith buttresses your own to keep you climbing the path before you. This is precisely why Jesus gave us the church. He gave us each other, to encourage each other along the way when the path becomes hard. When doing the right thing, when doing what Jesus would do becomes overwhelming for you, don't be afraid to confide in a fellow Christian about the struggle you're having. Let the strength of your friend reinforce yours. Catch your breath if you need to, but continue to climb and listen to the words of your friend who will tell you that it's worth it in the end. Likewise, if you know of someone facing difficult times, don't be shy about coming by and offering your encouragement. By lending them your faith and assurance, you will assist them in making the right decision at a critical time of their lives. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, "Therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing." Thessalonica. Paul was there, and so was I. You may want to go sometime too. But do you know where else I've been? To the top of Acrocorinth, a place I would not have been without the encouragement of my daughter, who told me it would be worth the effort. And she was right. The view was absolutely spectacular. It was harder to get there than I imagined. It required more of me than I was willing to give at first, but with Rachel's gentle encouragement, I made it to the top. We made it to the top. And we, as the church, will make it to wherever God is leading us. And we will get there together as we encourage each other along the way. Don't forget your church, dear one. You need those people. And the church needs you too. Keep each other's faith strong as you encourage one another along the upward climb. It may be a hard path to trod, but the view at the top is spectacular. God bless you all, and we will see you soon.